Good morning. Welcome, welcome.
We give thanks for the presence of every single being in this space, the energy of all of us, and the spirit that woke us up this morning with our minds on the spirit. Giving thanks for a beautiful day. Giving thanks for all the love in this space. Knowing this is about to be a beautiful service. We're gonna, if you're feeling the spirit, you can stand as we do this opening song. Because we woke up this morning with our mind. If you want to clap your hands.
Good morning. Thank you so much to Kev Choice, Rodney Rakesh on the drums, Eitan Schillinger Hyman on bass, and Vivica Hawkins, our today's singer. And let's give some love out to our wonderful sound engineer, Miles Blackwell. Good morning, Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. I am Maureen French, and I am your host for today. We respectfully acknowledge that here in the Bay Area, we gather on the traditional land of the Ohlone people. We honor with gratitude the land itself and the people who have stewarded these lands for countless generations. Welcome to the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, where we teach spiritual principles and practices that nourish us, uplift us, and celebrate our love, our oneness with all of life. A special welcome to those of you who are joining us for the very first time. We are so glad that you are here with us in the sanctuary. If you could please raise your hand, and one of our ushers will bring a welcome packet to you. Is anybody here for the first time? Yay, welcome. We'll get you a packet. Also, a big welcome to everyone who is joining us on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. Make sure you sign up for our weekly newsletter so you can learn about all the fun things we have to offer here at Oakland Center. So we could give a wave to all the online folks. Hi, everybody. Now let's go ahead and take a moment to bless our children wherever they are. We bless all the children in our community and the world. We love you. We see you. We know the truth of who you are. You are unique expressions of God, and we are grateful to have you in our lives. And so it is. Masks are recommended instead of required. We strongly suggest masking in the prayer room due to closer seating. May is Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. We lift up and celebrate the Asians and Pacific Islanders in our community and in the world. Wednesday, May 24th, practitioner Susan Urquhart Brown will be joining us to follow up from today's talk and continue to the discussion on Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, lighting the candle within. I can't help but sing the Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star song in my mind when I hear that. Thank you, Reverend Sunshine. Meditation is at 6:30 and service is at 7 p.m. by Zoom. Now we will welcome Reverend Jerry to the pulpit. She's not here though, so never mind. She has a 5 Gifts of Abundant Living class coming up soon, so please keep an eye out for that on our OCSL website. A kind reminder to sign up for Living the Science of Mind book study, facilitated by Tim Rose and IKEA Param. Tom Rose and IKEA Param. Classes start on May 20th and go through June 24th. They are held from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Zoom. A love offering is appreciated, and be sure to sign up to get the Zoom link. More information and registration links are on the upcoming classes and workshops page of the website and in the Village News. The Diversity Circle meets on May 26th at 7 p.m. discussing transforming community. Check out their page on the website. If you haven't been to the Diversity Circle, I highly recommend it. It's a really great way to understand what's going on in the different areas in our community and to learn more about what diversity looks like. Our Spirit Treasure bookstore always has fabulous sales. For May, the books for the study groups and classes, as well as the book of the month, are 30% off. And that isn't all. All children's books and jewelry are also 30% off, so be sure to check that out. Now, if you could please stand with me if you're able, we are going to read the vision and mission statement. The vision of the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living is to joyfully reveal the love and oneness of God. We are a welcoming and inclusive spiritual community dedicated to individual transformation and collective growth. Our purpose is to love, inspire, and serve our community and the world through education, music, prayer, and play. And so it is. Now I will invite, Reverend Jerry, you want to come up and talk about your class?
Good morning, everyone. Good to see you. Okay, running around doing a little extra duty here today to make sure everything flows easily and effortlessly for our service. You're welcome. There's coffee, tea, and snacks in the social hall after service. But the reason I'm here is because I would like to promote an amazing course that's coming up and starting this Thursday. It's called 5 Gifts for an Abundant Life. The book is in the bookstore. It's a fabulous course, and I'm so excited to be facilitating it. So who could use a little more money in their lives? How about more love? Always more love. Joy, peace, harmony, comfort, all of this and the more we call forth to ourselves, and we deepen our consciousness with these teachings all the time. Well, this course really gives it a great jump start. And if you've taken the course before, you can take it again because you're bringing a new you to this material, yes? We're going to talk about tithing, gratitude, intention setting, intention manifesting, forgiveness of others, forgiveness of self, surrender, and then celebration. It's a 7-week course, and we're going to really discover what it is we really want in our life experience. This course will help us manifest all the goodness and more. So I'll be available after service if you have any questions, or for those of you online, you can give me a call. I'll be glad to share more details with you. But it is an accredited course, and it's a good one, I promise. I'll even guarantee it. Thank you.
All right, well, that sounds great. Well, hello again. I am Teresa Gardner. I am a licensed practitioner here at the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, and it's great to see you all. Hello, folks online. Good to see you. All righty, well, let's settle in. We have a couple of readings like we always do, so we can just settle in right here. The first reading is by our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes. Here we go. Be the light that shines upon the darkness. Be the light that shines upon the darkness. And Landon Parham, life isn't just about the darkness or the light. Rather, it's about finding light within the darkness. Light within the darkness. Just breathing this all in right here, taking this to prayer. Knowing that God is right here. That divine presence. There's so many names. The ground of all being, the allness of all, the very thing itself, beyond human description. That is love. It is wholeness. That is beauty. It is the good. That is our life. We are one with it. We open this morning and we let it pour into us, through us, as us. So grateful to know this is the truth of each one of us here, and even beyond my voice, the Holy One, this divine presence, the blessing of this day. And I, Teresa, speak my word knowing that Reverend Sunshine Michelle is the upliftment for this day. That wisdom flows easily through her, and we are open and receptive in hearing just what we need to hear. That message is for us, and there is a yes that resounds within us, hearing just what is needed to sustain and support us. Knowing this service, there's a lot of hands that have gone into this day, knowing each one is blessed for their selfless service. We give thanks for this day. We give thanks for these incredible musicians that are the message of the divine in every note and every voice. It takes all of us here, and I say yes to it all. And I call it good. I call this day good, and we celebrate together. And we affirm this together by saying, and so it is. Ashe. Amen. And now our wonderful musicians, Kev Choice, Rodney Rakes, Eitan Schillinger-Hyman, and Viveka Hawkins. Thank you.
Thank you for that lovely prayer. This next song we're going to do is a song that I wrote, collaboration with Viveka Hawkins, and as we talk about our mission statement, that phrase, serve our community, really resonates with me, love and inspire. And this is kind of reflective of some of the work that we do in community as artists, as musicians, and myself. I feel like taking the philosophy that I'm ingrained with and inspired by being in this space, and taking out into the world and singing songs that reflect that. Being a leader and also just trying to shine light through whatever spaces we may come into in our community, in our world as we serve. And also just being good leaders. How do we represent ourselves? How do we even question when those aren't representing for us in ways that serve us and lift us up? So we just want to dedicate this to all of those who are shining their light and being leaders in community and in the world. Spreading love, spreading light.
Take me to your leaders. Are they the best of your kind? What do they believe in? Are their souls divine, or are they guided by greed and power? What's their motivation? In your darkest hour, do you trust their words and guidance? How do they treat you sick and poor? Those that you need to serve the most. Do they misuse their control for their own reward? Oh, do they follow word to you? Speak with dignity and truth. Are they righteous in a time of crisis? Do you feel protected by them? Take me to your leaders. Take me to your leaders. Take me to your leaders. We're all worthy. We're all worthy. Yeah. Take me to your leaders. Take me to your leaders. Take me to your leaders. We're all worthy. We're all worthy. Yeah. Take me to your leaders. Do they have a heart especially those suffering. That's what truly makes us great again. Take me to your leaders. Do they bring you joy or pain? Do they have the answers? Is it time to take them down? Oh, take me to your leaders. Take me to your leaders. Take me to your leaders. We're all worthy. We're all worthy. Yeah. Take me to your leaders. Take me to your leaders. Take me to your leaders. We're all worthy. We're all worthy. Yeah. Take me to your
We are worthy. I want to hear, can I hear myself? Yeah, there we go. I know, I'm waiting for the mic, Miles. That's okay, I'll wait. We are worthy. Did you hear what they said? Yes. We are worthy. And so thank you, musicians. And Kev, I just want to say thank you for your prelude, for telling us that you take principles out there in the community and y'all are doing the thing. That's what I want us all to do, right? And they are doing it. Through your music, you bring us beautiful artists. And guess what? Kev, I read, he didn't know I was going to say this, and neither did I, is on a mural. He was honored. He's on this big, beautiful mural that was just released. Where is it? Shattuck and 51st or something. Go look for the mural. It's beautiful. So let's give it up for Kev Choice and the musicians. I love it. I love it. And for those of y'all who are not familiar with our theme that we're working on and why we're focusing on shadow, it's light within the shadows this month. That's why we're focusing on that. And today, our topic is Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And so I like call and response, and I think y'all do too. Here's what, if you're willing, I invite you to say after me. With enthusiasm and zest, as much as you can muster. My star shines brightly within the light and the shadow. My star shines My twinkle tickles my tummy. You too, live streamers, you got to say it too, okay? I am my best twinkle, twinkle, little star. Right? Yes, it is. Today we're talking about Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and I have a bit of a secret and a confession. You know, I tell on myself all the time. I am unapologetically passionate about sparkles and color and shine. You might not have known that, but I just wanted to tell you. So, and I wrote the theme, the titles, so I picked, Spirit picked from within me, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. So yay, I love it, love it, love it. Listen, there is a complementary partnership that happens between the light and the shadows. And what it does is it illuminates the richness of each one. One can't be without the other. That's what we're talking about today, because life, society, not life, society, humans, we have mystified the darkness. We have made people afraid of it, and we fear it, and we don't step into it and lean into it like the fertile place that it is. That's why we're trying to shine the light on it. I'm going to ask, Reverend Jerry, will you do what Maggie did the other day? This is totally impromptu. That light is very bright in my face in the window, and what she did is take one of those poster boards and put it in the window right there, and it really works. So thank you for doing that. Back to the partnership, the light and the darkness as it illuminates, right? One supports the other, and so we need to kind of lean into both. We don't have to, it's about choice, right? You don't have to, I invite you to, because it's rich. And then as we appreciate it, then the light, the levity of the light helps balance. One of our speakers this morning said about balance. Balances the depths of the darkness to create that balance and wholeness. That's what I'm talking about. So listen, when there's several themes in here that are really important. Shadow play is what I call it. You know, our shadow is really a part of who our true self and who we are. And it's illuminated by the light. And have you ever walked around and then seen your shadow? I think that's fascinating how that happens. In fact, what happens is you can, like I can see my shadow a little bit here, and when you are walking out in the sunlight and you hit a certain place, you see your shadow, and you can, it almost like it mimics you. It's an alter self, right? If you move your hand, you see the shadow move its hand. It's almost a reverse reflection of yourself. I think that's just fascinating. And so even when we don't see our shadow like that, when the light is there, it's there. It's always there. Just like the sun is always there, even if there's cloud cover. You just can't see the sun because of the cloud cover. But we have to know that our shadow is there, supporting us no matter what. The same with an eclipse. Have you ever seen an eclipse? An eclipse is the shadow of the moon on the sun. And it causes this illusion as the two kind of come together where you can't see it, but it's there. So this we're playing with, the shadow or the dark side, is always within our being, as is the light. So let's welcome both. Our shadow is alive if we let it be. And we just have to work on the stuff that, you know, there's always things that are in there that are there to inform us about our belief systems. Those hidden beliefs that we talk about in our philosophy, that we want, that sabotage our prayers and our affirmations and our mantras, and because it's telling us things that we don't necessarily believe on the surface, but there's some part of us that does. That's what we're here to shine the light on, so that we can let it, we can heal it. Call it to the light, and we can heal it. You know, the stars out there, they shine
even in the daylight, but we can't see them. We need the darkness to be able to see the stars. If the cloud covers are there at night in the fog, which we know here, right? We can't see those stars, but have you ever gone to a place like camping or in certain parts of the country or the city, the world, whatever, where you're close to the mountains or whatever, and they twinkle? Have you ever seen that? They just twinkle and blanket the sky. How can you have such a contrast? It's just like the water on the ocean. I remember, actually, I have a talk title captured in my phone. I was so struck when I was on a walk, I think it was by the Berkeley Marina, and I looked at the water and it was simply just sparkling. I was just so struck by all the sparkles on the water. It's like, were they always there? And you know what Spirit said? Yeah. They've always been there, but unless the light shines on it, then you don't see it as readily. So that light, we need that light and the dark. Have you ever heard this saying? I'm sure you probably have. Dance like no one's watching. Do you know? I don't know if you know the rest of it. It's by William Watson Pernke, and it goes, dance like no one's watching, love like you've never been hurt, sing like no one is listening, and live like it's heaven on earth. And then I learned, as I reviewed this, that the great baseball player, Satchel Paige, the first African-American to play in the World Series, added a phrase later that said, work like you don't need the money. And then your reverend here is adding another one to that, like I have liberty to do that, but I do because I have choice. I'm adding twinkle like the star that you are. So here's how that saying would go. Dance like no one is watching. Love like you've never been hurt. Sing like no one is listening. And live like it's heaven on earth. Work like you don't need the money. And twinkle like the star that you are. Doesn't that just like, yeah. Just do it. Do it. And we're always so concerned about what people think of us and all that, but if we just allow our light to shine, talk about our true authentic self, that's what will happen. And guess what you'll get? More. You'll be able to do it with more zest, more vigor, more vibrancy. And so as I was thinking about this, I wondered, well, what if a star was afraid to shine and twinkle? Wouldn't that be a quandary? We would miss all the benefits of its sparkle, wouldn't we? We would. It would too for itself, but we would. So it's the same for us. Shine for ourselves, and then others receive the benefit of our shine. That's what the true authentic self is about. So on this note, Maureen, I don't see Maureen, but this is for you, Maureen, because this was already in my notes. So I want you to play along with me. You know, you have a minister that likes to have fun up here, so you might as well have fun too. We might as well have fun together, right? I have a combo remix, Kev, a combo remix of two childhood favorites. So here we go. Sing along if you want. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. When's the last time you sang that? Right? Doesn't it just come right back? You knew the whole thing. I think it's great. So back to this thing about what if a star was afraid to shine and twinkle? So I thought about the little engine that could. There's a childhood story. This is the remix, right? There's a little childhood story about a blue engine who ended up, this is how it's a whole little children's nursery rhyme, a story, but a train was carrying toys and treats for kids, and it breaks down, right? And so there were other trains and engines that didn't want to help out, but this little bitty blue engine said, okay, I'll try. and had a little affirmation, I think I can, and kept chugging up the mountain until he got to the mountaintop, right? So what if this little star, remember I'm back to the star, who was afraid to twinkle and shine. What if this star, it was, time for the star's light to turn on. At some point in a star's life, it's time for you to turn your light on. And everybody was the older stars, were bigger stars, older, however you want to say it, were saying, oh, it's easy, it'll come naturally whenever it's time for your light to come on. Just let it happen. When this little star is just saying, well, feeling like it's time for its light to come on, and matter of fact, this is a gender neutral star, so we call them they. Okay, so, right? This is a modern day story. It's a remix, right? So anyway, this little star is trying to turn their light on, and it's not coming on. And of course, they get frustrated and upset, and so they go off about their business, and then this affirmation, like the little engine that could, is like, I think I can. So what if I just say that? I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. And before you know it, it's trying so hard, it flips the switch on. So now it's sparkling. And then what does it say? Like the little engine that could. I knew I could, I knew I could, I knew I could. That's us. That's us. Are we going to turn our light on? We got a switch. We may have to, it may kind of, how those dimmer things go. It may be a little wobbly and it slides back down, and you slide it up and it comes back down and you dim down. Flip your switch to turn your light on. Turn your light on. I have a little friend here that I met shortly after I got here. I just love him. Francisco is his name. He's a little bitty thing. He's maybe one-ish. He can walk. Maybe he's a day, too. And his mom, and they are out there. He knows my car now and everything. So I carry on when I see Francisco. Hi, Francisco! And I'm just waving, and he's looking at me like, what's she doing? Like, what's wrong with her? Well, we have such a relationship, and then they walk the grounds, so they walk around. My office is over here. So now when Francisco gets over there, I usually go to the window and I'm waving. You know how kids look at you like, what's wrong with her? And then when he gets kind of over there, he kind of goes, right? I know he sees me. I know it, right? And so the other day, I was on a Zoom call of all things, and I hear, ah! It's little Francisco trying to get my attention because he can't talk, right? Because he comes around and he knows I'm supposed to come out. For whatever reason, Francisco came up in my consciousness, so I'm blessing Francisco and his mom, and I was really tempted to go sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star to him, but I got distracted. So I'm blessing Francisco and his mom. Okay, back to Twinkle, Twinkle. Have any of you seen, I've not. Let me ask you, is it real? The aurora, I have a hard time with the word. Aurora borealis, let me see, any hands? You've seen it, is it real? You see those really what it is natural light display. It's in certain parts of the world where you see all the beautiful colors and shapes in the sky. And I'm thinking, is that real? Yes, it is. That's how nature works. And it works best against the dark. There's a northern and a southern. They call it the northern and the southern lights, right? And most of what I read about is you can see it best kind of around midnight. They say between 9 and 2 or whatever. What does that mean? When it's dark, you have this natural light show. The aurora, in fact, there's aurora hunters. Did you know that, where they chase the northern lights? I thought about my son Freddie when I read that, because at one point I thought he was going to be a tornado chaser, and I said, oh Lord, please don't let him do that. He was so fascinated with tornadoes. And you know, they have people that go from place to place chasing storms, tornadoes, and now the auroras. They chase those too. Nature is so beautiful, and it's so amazing how it displays this suite of colors, just like rainbows and fireworks in the sky. You know, when you see, have you ever seen like a big rainbow that jets across the sky? And in some place, you know, you can see it in the light, and there's sometimes where you can see it best when there's contrast. When you think of a rainbow, there's all the colors in the rainbow, right? And some of them you can see more often. But as I was thinking about this topic, even the neutral colors like white and gray and beige and black are colors. They're just not as vibrant as the other colors like blues and golds and what have you. And so all these are colors, and it makes me think of us as people and inclusion. It's like we're all different, and we're all a part of this same mix of life. And we need to kind of consider it that way. And if we shift our perspective to be more encompassing of the allness of God, because the neutrals are just as vibrant in neutrality as the colors are in their vibrant color. It's the both and. So Spirit was really working with me. Then I began thinking about Band-Aids. How do you go from colors to Band-Aids? Well, here's the thing. Do you know they now have flesh-colored Band-Aids that support people of color? There used to be only one color, just like nylons, just like certain things, one color. Doesn't matter what shade you are, you had to be with that color only. But now you can go get a Band-Aid. The kids can get the Band-Aids that are purple or blue or whatever, and who knows, that's good too. But I can get a Band-Aid the color of my skin. Don't you think that makes me feel more welcome, more included, that I belong by doing that? That's a good thing. It's a really good thing. And so, you know, these colors can also represent expansion and inclusion and the incorporation of oneness from the lens of multiplicity. God is all that and the more. It's all of it for us to feel welcome and belonging. So what about fireworks? We all know about fireworks, right? Fireworks are never usually during the day, are they? No. When do you go to get fireworks? Are after it's dark. Why? Because it's the contrast that helps it to show up. It's the darkness. So dark is not bad. And as a matter of fact, darkness has a bad rap. As a person of color, that's a perspective that I'm sharing with you, because sometimes, you know, there's subconsciously, when you think of something that's dark, and that's how people can be profiled, is automatically bad. It's not. It's the both and in God. So I'm taking the opportunity to dart in and out on a lot of things so that we can see the divine wholeness of all of it. Like the auroras, like the fireworks, like the rainbows, like the stars that twinkle in the sky. The unique color and magic of God is special in its own right in these ways. And we can find the light within the darkness. And as I bring this to a close, you know, I've talked, this is the third week of May. Some of you have been here and some of you haven't. We've been talking and I've been unpacking about light within the shadows. And I've talked about the scary monsters that we have built up in our minds about the darkness, right? Those things that hide under the bed, monsters. What if we convert monsters into monstars? It's a different way of looking at it, right? Monstars are going to be, then you have a different attitude about it, don't you? Because most of us have a great attitude about stars. They twinkle, they shine the light, Like the beautiful moon. When there's a full moon, it glistens in the sky. Have y'all ever seen that moon that's gold? I don't know what you call it, but sometimes there's a gold moon out there. And it's so beautiful. So let's turn our monsters into monstars. Monstars. You heard it here first. So, as we bring this to a close, let us close it out with prayer. And we always seal the deal with prayer, right? It's the place, it's a go-to place. It always is. And so I invite the prayer box up. I think Carmen's back there. If you would bring the prayer box up, Carmen, West Jefferson, thank you. Any practitioners that would like to surround the congregation online, if you'd like to stand up. And actually, if you would like to stand up, it's a way of, somebody asked me, why do we do that? But this is a demonstrable way. When you look around the room, those of you who are in here, look around the room. These are people who are dedicated to prayer and to supporting you. And that's why we do this, so that you have this visual and you're being held. So let yourself be held in this space of prayerful consciousness. So as we come together in the place, in the space of God that cannot be defined, it has no floors, no walls, no ceiling, no barriers, no obstacles, no parameters, because God is infinite and everlasting. That holy presence, whether you call it God, whether you call it Yahweh, whether you call it Buddha, Allah, Atman, Papa, Mama, Pachamama, whatever it is, it simply is. It always is and always has been, always will be. This divine magnificence. We open our spirits, our hearts, our minds, our souls, now more than we ever have in this very moment, in prayerful opening, receptivity, and giving to this divine presence that is everywhere present all at once. Giving thanks for this and knowing that it shows forth as all the things of our heart's desires. And speaking this word right now out loud, I speak on behalf of our nonprofit partners this month, Women Rising Legacy Project. And I bless them in all that they do to support women, not only in the Congo and in other places, to be their very best that they can be and to express the greatest that they can. Blessing our Mother Earth. We love you and adore you for how beautiful you are, how you've allowed us to be here on your blue planet. And we urge you to show us how to take care of you, how to do better in lifting you up and helping to restore you and to honor your precious, precious land and your space and all your elements. We bless you, Mother Earth. And we bless all of our youth, no matter what age, from the young ones to the older ones and beyond, blessing them that they grow and develop and that they have everything that they need, whether it be food or water or clothing or housing or schooling and education, love overflowing, people who love and care for them and guide them, safety and protection. Whatever it is, we bless them everywhere that they are, and certainly our young ones here in this community. Blessing everyone who is in sacred service this day. Whatever it is that they are doing, wherever they are doing it, we bless them and we lift them, knowing that as we each and all give of ourselves to make this world a place that we all can honor and adore and enjoy, that we can be in service and of service to life. And I bless and lift all of the names that our ministry of prayer is praying on behalf of this day. Whatever it is, whether it's love, abundance, health and wholeness, healing, well-being, comfort, peace, joy, that they are looking for, we know right now it is made manifest in their experience, now, immediately, and forevermore, right in the ways that they need it. Calling out the name of Helen Hearton, Susan Brecker's sister, Miss Rita Cotton, Peggy Cotton's mother, Lupe Capinda, Anna and CJ Medina, Jerry Abergast. And in particular, I lift up the practitioner students of the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living who take their licensing exams tomorrow. And it just fills my heart to be able to speak their names and to know with me that they are at peace, that they complete those exams successfully, and that they know what they know, that the knower within knows them. I know this for Maureen French, and for Peggy Cotton, and for Alice Knudsen, and for Megan Lemon, and I lift them. And I also include Teresa Gardner, who is taking her ministerial exams right now, knowing that God knows everything, and they tap into that knowingness and allow that to come through them as their light and as their love. Giving thanks for this, I bless our world. I bless our world in places where there is war, or what is appearing as war, but what we know is the truth is there is only peace. There is only peace in God. There is only love. There's only truth that is made manifest right now. There's only health and wholeness, so those who are sick or shut in or having challenges, whatever it may be, I lift them right where they are, knowing that God answers this prayer right in the ways that they need it, knowing this is the truth. Blessing anyone who has made their transition, and we have a couple of our loved ones that we are holding in truth today. We bless Reverend Sally Bartholomew and her family in the past, Dylan McClintock and his mother, Ruth, who has made her transition, and blessing Dylan and his family in prayer, blessing Sherry Kramer in the passing of her dog, Callie Rose, and blessing Maureen in the passing of her dog, Marble. And I lift up Reverend Sally Bartholomew's sister, Katie, in health, wholeness, and well-being, in recovery, as she is lifted up in God's love. And so now is the time that we open this prayer so that you can speak your name, and those you are praying on behalf of, just speak them out into this vortex of love, knowing that God hears all, responds to all, that all is answered. Whatever the prayer is, whatever the need is, all the prayers in the prayer requests in the box that Carmen is holding are blessed. Your heart is blessed. No fulfillment in truth is blessed and made manifest right now. So in peace and love, we lift this word into divine ethers of love and law, knowing that it is activated and made manifest. And it is swirling with the goodness and greatness of God, demonstrating itself right now, right here and right now. We rest this word in truth and gratitude, knowing all is well. And so it is. Amen. Thank you, practitioners and ministers. Thank you for bringing the prayer box up, Carmen. Okay, let me get myself together here. You know, prayer takes you there. Now is our time for conscious giving. I didn't hear anybody say woohoo. Y'all not glad to give? What happened? Did we change? Y'all were in the prayer too, huh? I'm with you. Thank you. And so what we want to, there's lots of ways that you can give that we will tell you about momentarily, and we invite you to take your offering and we're going to bless it. Put it over your heart, even if you haven't finished making it out, and bless the intention of it. And let us recite together. The gift I give is God in action. It does good work in the world and blesses creation. And so it is. And so, you can, for those of you online or those who want to give later, you can go to oaklandcsl.org, oaklandcsl.org. Click on the donate button. Those of you online, why don't you do that now so you won't forget? And then you go to this page that shows you how you can donate by card, by Zelle, by text to give. And momentarily, we're going to invite those of you in the audience up to put your offering in the basket. We have envelopes in the seat pockets that you can put your cash or your checks. And we have pledge cards for anybody who wants to give us a pledge of commitment to give to our center. And so, let us come forward. Kev's going to play some keys, and you can bring your offerings forward into the giving basket, or you can just come up here and bless the basket, bless the movement, bless the activity. All of it is so good. Thank you.
In the spirit of doing a remix, we're going to do a little remix too.
There are times when you need someone. I will be by your side. There is a light that shines special for you and me. There are times when you need someone. I will be by your side. Oh, there is a light that shines special for you and me.
I spread universal love all around the world. This is for my people near and far. Hit you with the sound that'll touch your heart. Blessings like a message that was sent from God. Universal love all around the town. Some claim they are the king, but I wear the crown. Shining like the biggest and the brightest star. Blessings like a message that was sent from God. Hey yo, universal love, what you give shall return. Every day's a lesson we live and we learn. Take a look around, it got me so concerned. Feels like these are the time the spirit shall return. So I look in the mirror, see a God's reflection. Knowing the change I wanna see begins in my perception. Look every person in the eye, allow a real connection. Fear no man, I know the angels over me protecting. No weapon formed against me shall never prosper. Knowing even through the struggle that just makes me stronger. My sacrifices are the prayers of humble servant offers at the altar. These bars as hard as the rock of Gibraltar. I never faltered, got these haters puzzled like a crossword. Hit them with them spiritual laws, Deepak Chopra. Meditation, mantra, affirmation, honor, uplift, up most high, Oakland or Wakanda. I spread universal love all around the town. This is for my people near and far. Hit you with the sound that'll touch your heart. Blessings like a message that was sent from God. I spread universal love all around the town. Some claim they are the queen, but we wear the crown. Shining like the biggest and the brightest star. Blessings like a message, there are times there.
There are times when you need someone, that I will be by your side. There is a light that shines special shines special for you and me. Shine, 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 shine. Oh, special for you and me.
You know, I want to invite someone up here to give you a few remarks in honor of Asian American Heritage Month and Pacific Islander Heritage, AAPI, Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. There we go. And before you come up, let me just say that when I first got here, people kept saying, this person's name, you gotta meet so-and-so, you gotta meet, I kept hearing, you gotta meet so-and-so, you gotta meet so-and-so. He is so, they are so highly regarded in the community that I thought it would be, and in high service, and now is a board member, and I thought it would be great for you to hear from Sam Ledeon about the Asian American Pacific Islander Month. Welcome, Sam.
Thank you, Reverend. Hi, such a pleasure to be here. I appreciate Reverend Sunshine for giving me this platform to share my thoughts about American Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And I know that this month is also declared as the American Jewish Heritage Month. So it's wonderful that these groups with diverse historical contexts are being recognized to bring awareness of how diverse our communities are in this great country called the United States of America. You know, it took over 40 years that the Asian Pacific Islander community be recognized and now renamed as American Asian Pacific Heritage Month in 2009. It's interesting to observe how Asian Pacific Islanders, or APIs, can be stereotyped as perpetual foreigners and not truly Americans. I can make a list of those who contributed largely to the American landscape of this great nation. From the inventor of the N95 mask, the Universal Series bus, or what we call the USB, the immigrant healthcare providers in many of our hospitals, the founder of Zoom and YouTube, the laborers who worked hard for us to appreciate now what is called Lake Chabot in our backyard, the Vice President of the United States of America, our very own Oakland CSL's Diversity Circle host and facilitator, or a 94-year-old Minnesotan-born actor of Chinese heritage who just received a Screen Actors Guild Award, or a Samoan poet who was recognized by President Obama for her activism and poetry as a champion of change awardee, and the list goes on. As I end, I am reminded of the following principles from Francesca Ramsey, an African-American activist and TV and YouTube personality. Here are her 5 tips that I can apply for myself, and I invite you to do the same. Number 1, understand your privilege. It simply means there are some things in life that you will never experience or ever have to think about because of who you are. Number 2, listen and do your homework. Be visible. Listen and read other people's stories from diverse backgrounds. Be curious, open, and learn. Number 3, speak up, but not over. Be supportive. Be a voice, yet allow those who are within the marginalized community the spotlight. Number 4, you'll make mistakes. Apologize when you do and move on. Remember, it's not about the intent, but the impact. And number 5, ally is a verb. Do the work. Do numbers 1 to 4. Thank you for listening, and have a pleasant rest of the Sunday.
Thank you, Sam. Do the work, 1 through 5, well, including the work. Yeah, that was good. Thank you for having him step up. That was really, thank you so much. That's very good. Well, it's been a really great service. It's so great to look out and see the diversity that our center has here. It's really lovely. All right, so Reverend Sunshine Michelle, that was a great talk. I love the sparkle, I love the twinkle. It's a great message today. Let's give her another hand here. That was really great. There's so many people to thank, right? The musicians. Oh, that was I loved that last piece. That was really spectacular. So let's thank each one of them. Here we go. Kev Choice. Yes, our beloved Kev Choice. Rodney Rackus. Eitan Schillinger Hyman. And Vivica Hawkins. Thank you. Wow. What a treat. What a treat. Really great. And I want to thank Carmen West Jefferson for her meditation today. That was just lovely, lovely. And Maureen French, she's such a great host. Oh, takes her test tomorrow, practitioner, yay. Tell everybody who gave their hearts and hands to put into making this service a great day. All right, well, you know, we love to pray. You know we love to pray. And in the back room today, we'll be praying for you. Come on back and let us celebrate with you, or take something off your heart. You know, help you know the truth here. Remember who you are. So you can come on back to the back room. You can go online where there are many practitioners that are giving longer spiritual coaching sessions. And you can check the website, because we love to pray. Now we also, in the back, on the right-hand side back here, you can put in your prayer request. It'll go in the box, and that's prayed over for like 2 weeks. So that's all of those are really good things to do. All right, let's see what else. Ministry of prayer. Okay, exit. Okay, exit here or in the back, is that right? Exit immediately after service. Meet our wonderful Reverend Sunshine Michelle in the courtyard. You can thank her, you can ask her questions, and then come into the social hall. But don't forget, we have a really great sale, and we have a good bookstore. So come on into the bookstore and see all the treasures that are there and the great sale. All right, so it's the end, almost. We have another song, but let's do the closing affirmation. If you want to stand, if you want. All right, here we go. We believe in the healing of the sick and control of conditions through the power of this mind. That's What We Believe by Dr. Ernest Holmes. Okay, our community song. You can stay standing if you want. Maybe even hold hands. Are we doing that yet?
As we depart and go off into the world, into our lives, into our communities, remembering the words that were spoken, the music that was played, the inspiration, and taking that into the world, shining our light, shining love, and overcome all things, get an uplift and inspire our people
it's deeper than they know. My soul,
There's no limitation.
my life is priceless. My faith is endless.
And I believe in truth.
Yeah.
As long as justice escapes us,
Live for the struggle. We keep holding on. We keep pushing on.
let me tell you, y'all.
I know one day we gon' make it. I know one day we gon' have just what we're fighting for. Just what we've been fighting for. And you know what?
They can't take this love.
No, they can't take it. It's deeper than they know. Yeah, it's deeper. We're falling for the thrill. Tell me, can you feel the love? Willingly, we risk it all. Tell me, can you feel the love? Yeah, we're falling for the thrill. Can you feel the love? Willingly, we risk it all. Tell me, can you feel the love? The revolution.
Spread love, spread light, give thanks. Thank y'all for coming. We appreciate you. Have a beautiful week. Give it up. Much love.